On today's Toy Spot, we'll be having a look at the Sota Toys Johnny Cash figure. A secret guilty pleasure of Spot, I do like Johnny Cash quite a bit. And this is actually a figure I've had in my collection for a while. I finally decided, you know what, let's get this guy reviewed for the people out there on YouTube. Perhaps there are other Johnny Cash fans out there. The Man in Black seems to come with a railroad track stand, along with his trusty black guitar going on there. On the back of the package, we got a picture of Johnny Cash. Looks to be Johnny Cash the figure. You can go to www.sotatoys.com. Johnny Cash, 1932 to 2003. Sadly, a missed. He will be missed. The read-up says, "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. Possibly the most widely recognized voice in country music, Johnny Cash recorded over 1,500 songs. His success crossed into mainstream with 48 singles on Billboard's pop charts, having won 11 Grammys, including the prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award. Johnny Cash was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1992. His career spanned decades. His legacy will last forever." Nice. What I am going to do is take a bit of a break. I'm going to get this opened up. And if you can walk the line and come back, when we do come back, we're going to have a better look at Johnny Cash. Stay tuned, guys. There's more on the way. And actually, the insert, which would have been behind the figure, we get ourselves a nice picture of Johnny Cash. Again, that looks like Johnny Cash the figure, not the real person. Man in Black, Johnny Cash. Lone tear, by the way, that Johnny Cash is no longer with us. The figure is pre-posed, unfortunately, so I would say a crucial accessory to make sure you don't lose is the base that he comes with. It is a piece of a train track. Got some grass going on the side there. Really, actually, pretty good paint, I have to say, on it. The track looks very aged. Got some grass. You can even see that there's some gravel and stuff, some rocks and pebbles in between the actual tracks. Quite nice. Also, his trusty guitar. Really nice painted too. And actually, can you see that? These strings are actually independently added to the guitar. I initially thought all of this was going to be one piece and just, molded, but they actually have separate strings. The one thing on the back, though, I've got a little bit of schmutz on the back of the guitar. I don't know what that is. It looks like it could be just glue. And of course, he's got the strap on the guitar that you can put on Johnny. Mr. Cash. This detaches, and you can just put it around Johnny Cash. The guitar, though, is exceptionally nice. Very, very nice. I wonder if there's any drugs. No, there won't be any drugs in there. By the way, also, I want to say that Joaquin Phoenix did an excellent job as Johnny Cash. He totally was robbed. He should have got an Oscar. I also think that Mickey Rourke should have got an Oscar for The Wrestler, but I digress. Having a look, though, at Johnny Cash, also one thing I want to note, too, is that Johnny Cash's hands are not set up to hold the guitar. He is pretty much intended to have the guitar around his back, like he is normally posed with. Let's have a look at the Men in Black. Not the Men in Black, the Man in Black. He was the original. The likeness isn't bad. I don't think it's spot on. Now, granted, this is an older figure, but as there being no Johnny Cash figures really aside from this guy right here, I'm glad to have picked him up. Now, I would have really loved to have seen NECA, redo a Johnny Cash. The chances of that happening are probably very slim to none. But I think they could really do him justice. I mean, I think Sota did a good job. All things considered, I think it's not a bad figure, but I think the face could have been just a little bit better. The hair kind of bothers me a bit that there's, the paint extends as far down as it does. It does make his hair look a little fake, but I still think pretty good likeness overall. It's one of those from a distance. From a distance, I think it definitely looks more like Johnny Cash. When you get closer up, you kind of have to squint a bit. Now, he doesn't have his black suit on, but he does have a nice black shirt. He's got himself like one of those little collar, what do you want to call those? I don't know the actual term for it. It's not a tie, but you know what it is. You know what I'm talking about. Also, he's got himself a belt buckle going on there. I also had no idea that Johnny Cash's hands were so large. But apparently they are quite large. One of the downsides to this figure is the fact that he really doesn't have a lot of articulation. The fact, first of all, he's pre-posed, which is a bit of a setback. But then in the way of his articulation, he only has a swivel in the head, a swivel in the arms, I should say, and a swiveled waist. That's really it. Now, having said that, the fact that his arms, can rotate, really, what are you going to do with them, right? I mean, he's not, especially the fact there's no articulation in the hands. Yeah, who's really going to pose as your Johnny Cash like this? Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. How about a hug? So, I mean, really, he could have easily just been a statue for what you're going to do with him. Let's see if I can get the guitar going on him. Johnny Cash. If you like Johnny Cash, by the way, let me know. What are some of your favorite songs from Johnny Cash? I know, aside from the obvious ones, Walk the Line and Ring of Fire. I also really like, is it Everybody Loves a Nut? Everybody loves a nut. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Gotta love Johnny Cash, though. I think I still have recorded somewhere his performance. Was it his performance from Folsom Prison? Great. And again, I really like Walk the Line. That was a good movie. Reese Witherspoon did an amazing job, but really Joaquin should have totally got that Oscar as well. Totally robbed. Maybe that's what set him off for his whole, maybe Joaquin decided to walk the line and leave being a celebrity for a while. I digress, though. There you have Johnny Cash on his display stand. He's not walking the line, but he's walking along the side of the railroad track. Is this a figure to get? If you like Johnny Cash, I would say yes. But you got to be a good Johnny Cash fan, I think, to overlook the fact that this figure is kind of just all right. To get NECA maybe, or even to get Sota to redo a figure of Johnny Cash, give him a little more articulation, and even just have different versions. I'd love to see Johnny Cash in a suit. Is it going to happen? Likely no. This may very well be the only Johnny Cash figure we're ever going to get. So having said that, Johnny Cash here, Mr. Man in Black, I think I'm only going to give him a 5.5. Possibly, no, I'm going to give him a 6. I'm going to give Johnny a 6. Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at these Sota toys. The Man in Black, Mr. Johnny Cash. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.